Courtney Clark would time travel to 18th century England, but only if she gets to be in the gentry. Smart, smart women this afternoon with us. She's in love with her family, and she can't live without her netbook and internet access. In the next decade, she'd like to have 2 more kids and sleep through the night. Goals she realizes are conflicting. Courtney is reading Tears of Rachel.
Thus saith the Lord, a voice was heard in Ramah, lamentation and bitter weeping. Rachel weeping for her children, refusing to be comforted for her children, because they were not. Jeremiah 31:19. The most heartbreaking thing about miscarriage, I have unfortunately been privy to find, is that no one, not even the sufferer, is ever quite sure how to phrase what, and therefore how much, was lost. Was it an embryo? Was it a baby? Was it, and this hit me like a wall of cold air, simply medical tissue? Having no words for it somehow makes it worse. Maybe that's because I am a writer, and it is through words that I navigate this life. Clumsy, slow, first in person, and then again through words. When it comes to miscarriage, there are just no correct words. No one knows what to say, how to mourn, or how to measure your mourning when there's nothing to shroud, nothing to bury, and no rites of passage to be said. It's all too vague, neither medicine nor religion giving clear lines to follow. What has been lost? Was it a child, or merely the expectation of a child? The doctors, they parse their labels out according to when exactly in development the loss has happened. Embryo, chemical pregnancy, fetus, clinical, spontaneous abortion. Their terminology has always meant little to me. Their cold and technical murmuring completely outside of my experience. I never got any farther than loss. All I ever knew was that I had lost. I was Rachel weeping for my children that were not, refusing to be comforted. I was Martha leaving my sister behind at the mourning house to proclaim, Lord, if thou hadst been here. I was Job tearing my robe, shaving my head, falling down to the ground. I know the feeling of empty arms, of an empty womb. I know the salt tears that won't stop running, and the painful knowledge that where once 2 hearts beat in rhythm, now there was only one. I know what it means to be numb, what it means to cry in bed with my husband, wrapped around each other and lost in a sea of grief. But I also know to keep reading, that grief is never and can never be the whole story. I know that Job, having fallen to the ground, commenced to worship. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. He wept. Blessed be the Lord. I know that Martha's desperation, running to meet Jesus at the city gate and crying out, Lord, if thou hadst been here, was not an accusation, but a proclamation of her faith. I know that even now, whatsoever thou wilt ask of God, God will give thee, she said. And I know the same. I have made peace with my Maker and with my fractured body. I wept, but I also was soothed. And of course I know that Rachel, the barren and weeping Rachel, eventually she was given 2 sons, and then so was I. I am the mother of 2 perfectly healthy and more than perfect sons. But in the most secret corner of my heart, that corner where we mothers of miscarriage take our unborn dead to bury, I am the mother of 5 children. Because even though no one knows what to call it, what terminology is correct, or what it all means, 5 times life quickened in my womb. Only twice did I cradle a newborn babe in my arms. Only twice did I feed that child on my breast. And only twice was I privileged to experience the sharp pain joy of gradual separation that is watching a child grow up. But 5 times I was a mother.